Good morning, everyone. This is Lord Holland 4293, and I have a replay from Arlskandir, or Arlskandir, and his Atlantico on Operation Killer Whale. His teammates are Eric Loneheart, Massachusetts, Hipper, Weimar, Dallas, and Oland. Let's see how he does today, folks. Now, typically, when you play a battleship in Operation Killer Whale, you never want to go past the islands at on the very last island at G7 and H7. That one last island. You never go past that island because you will not make it out in time to help your team. Ugh. Looks like he's just slowly pushing up in range. His secondaries are in range of the fourth. That will come up on his left side right there. Yep, there it is. And his secondary should be going off of on it. I guess they didn't go off on it. He may not be a pure secondary build, Atlantico. I know he does not have Brisk on right now. If he had Brisk, he would go about 27 knots right now, but he's only doing about 25, so he does not have Brisk on. If you want to get a little bit quicker, get to places quicker in the Atlantico, run Brisk. I trust me, it works. I run it on mine with a full secondary build. It's fun and annoying. There he goes, aiming at the Nuremberg. First two turrets. Massachusetts also opens up. Gets a Citadel right there, 10,700. Not bad, not bad. Atlantico does have really good dispersion, but she does sometimes screw the user. They sometimes will shoot all over the place. Like right here. I don't believe he, yep, they just go all over the place. He does get a small pin, but, and then you see the second shot that follows up. It's beautiful. But he doesn't get the kill. The Massachusetts secondaries get the kill. Massachusetts secondaries are going off on that fort. Now be wary of the fort he is aiming at, folks. If you're in a cruiser, be wary of that fort. And the one the Massachusetts was also secondarying. Those forts will citadel you if you're in a squishy cruiser. They do citadel and they will hurt. And I believe they do about between 6,000 to 10,000 damage on a shell. So definitely be wary if you're in like a Bajoni or something that's very squishy. Because they will hurt. There goes the secondaries and some shots. There goes the shots going in. Does he get the kill, folks? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Weimar does go down to the Gade Torps. That's unfortunate. His secondaries are going off, so he does have secondaries. And he is manual secondary, so he is a full secondary build. He's just been forgetting. But they are going off. And these secondaries are the biggest in the game. These are, I believe, daring guns, tier 10 destroyer guns on a battleship. These things do hurt when they hit. They just don't have a long... The smaller ones are the ones that are always firing, but his big ones only fire so often. And he does get the Bayarn kill with his secondaries. Gotta love those secondary, folks. Gotta love those secondaries. Oh, Nuremberg just gets smacked by something. I think that was either the Hipper. I believe that was the Hipper, yes. His shells are going in. Does he get the kill? 4,000. No damage there, folks. No damage there. He is at 30,000 damage, though. Hipper does get the kill, but he is not going inside the port. He is not going inside the port, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in a slow battleship, I recommend you just stay outside the port, because if you go in, you're not making it out. The only battleships that are capable of making it in and out real quickly are American battleships, like the Alabama, the Massachusetts, and the Constellation, French battleships, and maybe some German battleships. But Atlantico does not have the speed, and he does not have brisk on, so he can't go in and come back out that fast. So he has to stay out. And he is setting up to position himself for the T-22 that comes off his side here in another 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And then in the front of him, off his bow, will be a Fuso and a Fubuki. The reinforcements will always spawn at 12 minutes, folks. 12 minutes. They will spawn sooner if you kill the Bayarn, which has gone down, and the Gneisenau, which is still there. But both have to die for them to spawn. So if they killed them in like in the next 50 seconds, let's say they kill them in 50 seconds, the Atlantico here will have the T-22 and those ships spawn in front of them. They will always spawn at 12 minutes, folks. 12 minutes. Second wave usually spawns at about 9 minutes. Then the last wave that has the last set of battleships spawns at 8 minutes tops. Always 8 minutes. It's like clockwork. So if you're in a carrier, keep those times in mind. You can time it just right and you can double your damage down easily. Best carriers for this op would be Kaga, Choklov, and Enterprise, if you got an Enterprise. A German carrier would work just as well. Soviets work amazingly well too, but you gotta hit those torps and use those rockets and skip bombs just right. You can farm the Gneisenau down easily with those bombs. But a skier here in his Atlantico knows in 33 seconds he will be very busy. Very busy, folks. In less than 30 seconds, he will be busy. They've killed the transports down in the cove, and there goes the last one. But the Gneisenau is still up. It is still up. And it is still at least, and last we checked, it was at least half its health. So hopefully it goes down soon. And 3, 2, 1, A has visitors. There's a Fubuki and the Fuso. He is putting his secondaries on the Fubuki because he knows it can kill him. He knows that will kill him. He's knocked out the torp tube, so any permanent damage he does do it now will stick. Because that bot will trigger his repair. He's angling in on the Fuso to keep it so he doesn't get his health taken from him, which is smart. They did they do have 2 stars now. They did not let the enemy enter the haven. That is 1 star right now. That is a major one. So that's a great thing for the team right now. He does take the Fubuki down with secondaries. He has secondaries on the Gade, and he's turning into the Fuso. He can either try to angle enough to bounce those shells and then do a circle around it, or go out around it. He is trying to get that Citadel. He was aiming around the right spot, but he could not get it. He got 17,000 damage, folks. 17,000 damage. But he is not going to do a round. He's not going to do a loop-de-loop with that Fuso. He's going to dictate the terms for himself. Secondaries are still wearing down that T-22. He's throttle juking his to keep his ship under control. He does get a turret knocked out, but he does detonate the T-22. Dispersion was a little wonky there. That's Atlantico working for you. Now, let's say you had an American destroyer with you, and you had an Atlantico. You could theoretically, he could walk you up on a smoke screen, and you could citadel secondary him to death, like a vampire does with a sleeping. Works really well. Hard to pull off, but it's fun as hell. He does get a 12,000 salvo there. He's up to 106,000 and climbing. Hipper kills the Nuremberg. And the carrier was helping the Nuremberg, helping the Hipper. He does have a Nuremberg visitor now, but he still has a secondary. He knows he needs to kill that Fuso before he can deal with the Nuremberg. He's just going slow and steady, and now he's going to full pace, trying to get those last guns on target. Secondaries are really starting to pile up now. Does take a little hit there. A little hit, but he's okay. He does bounce some of those shells. There it goes. Fuso's down. His secondaries will go on that Nuremberg, and it will hurt the Nuremberg easily. Now, if he had a heavier armored battleship, like a Lenin, he could just stay on fire, and the Nuremberg AP shells would just break on him. But they are arming slightly and giving him a little headache there. But he does have a double fire that's going to quickly take down that Nuremberg. Right there, and the secondaries finish it off. His main headache's still gone, just in time for the last wave. And he's still got 2 heals up, folks, and he can potentially heal back half his health. So he's in a good condition. 161,000 in climbing. He's got almost 200 secondary hits in Atlantico. And his potential damage has almost crossed the 1,000,000 threshold. Now he's getting some spotting damage in there, folks. Hipper does go down to the Bayern. So that just leaves the Dallas and the Loneheart up there. The Olin has come out to help him, and the Mass has come out to help too. So he now has support. Oh, no, sorry. Hipper was still alive. Tries to get the Citadel on that Aoba, but Dispersion says no. He's still choosing his secondary of Fuso, because he knows he has help, so he doesn't need to worry about it. He's turning into the Aoba so it doesn't get torped, because he knows he can't take those torps. He's got a fire on it. Owen's trying to help him. He does get it to the fire. Right there, he gets a Citadel. He does get another Citadel. He kills the Fuso. He has killed both battleships now, folks. And he's up to 230,000 damage. His secondaries are on that gate. He's going to punish that gate a little bit. And the Oland is dropping torps on that barn. He is doing sequential firing, shooting one barrel and shooting another. There he goes, 2 Citadels. And that Nuremberg is down. He's up to 8 kills, almost 300 secondary hits. He's up to almost 1.5 million in damage. He's got a fire burning. Bayard's going to take some torps. Takes 2 torps. Olin finishes them off the floods. Now, he doesn't have to worry about that Gade. Unless it gets more fires on him, then he's going to have a problem. But he's turning his guns on him. And the Olin does have a broken engine. That Olin does not, that Gade is not moving. The Gade is not moving with a broken engine. Sorry if I said Olin. But the Mass and the Olin are in position to help take out that second wave that's going to spawn right on top of them in about another minute or so. He's just letting the secondaries do their work right now. DCP's at fire because he knows he has time, and Gade can set a fire on him. There's a secondary kill. He's up to 9 kills now. 9 kills. 363,000 or 64,000. Almost 300 hits on secondaries. That's a good game right there. He could end it right now and he'd be looking pretty. But I don't think he's through yet. Tries to kill that fort, but looks like the Hipper just steals it from him. Or secures it. Second wave is spawning right where it should be. Olin has dropped torps on the Mass. Mass is gone. Mass is gone. He does put his secondaries on that Gneiss now. Good salvo right there. 14,000 damage. That's amazing. That's a good salvo. Oh, Olin does go down to Gneiss now. That's unfortunate. He does get the Gneiss now, and he gets natural selection. 4 ships of the same type or 8 ships of any type. That was an amazing match, folks. Amazing match.